Hi everyone, let's talk about AEW Collision from January 18th, 2025. From this past weekend, let's talk about it, guys. Adam Page versus Christopher Daniels, which was a banger match, in my opinion. And that was a great way to go out for Christopher Daniels, to be honest, for Christopher Daniels. Let's talk about it, though. Texas Death Match. Adam Page defeated Christopher Daniels, and Adam Page busted Christopher Daniels up by rubbing a chair to Christopher Daniels' head. And the fallen angel Christopher Daniels was a bleeding mess throughout the big spots early, where Adam Page with a powerbomb onto open chairs, and Adam Page with a running step off the apron to Christopher Daniels' chest through the table, and Christopher Daniels with an avalanche and a wrench through a barbed wire table, and Christopher Daniels was close to victory by countering a barbed wire plug shot into a flat lantern, then to a clutch, and Adam Page grated the barbed wire into Christopher Daniels' face to escape the submission, and Christopher Daniels mentioned the control for the best moonsault ever, and he places a piece of the barbed wire table on top of Adam Page and lands a second BME, and the Cowboy beats the 10 count at 9 with a surge of arena lines to kick Christopher Daniels' ass, and Adam Page kicks a tombstone onto a chair and a dead-eye power driver onto a chair and a plug shot lariat to the back of the neck, and Christopher Daniels didn't move for the entire 10 count, and Adam Page was the winner, but he wasn't done fighting, and the Cowboy assumes angel wings on Christopher Daniels after the match, and that's what happened right there, guys. A banger. Just a freaking banger. Then Tony's time, and Tony Schiavone interviews Tony Storms about the Grand Slam, the Grand Slam, and you know what I'm saying, in Argentina, you know what I'm saying, in Australia. I'll say it again. The Grand Slam in Australia. Tony Storms about the Grand Slam in Australia. Tony Giovanni and Tony Storms were talking about, the Grand Slam of art, of Australia, the Grand Slam of Australia's title match, and it's a dream to come true for Tony Storms. And Mariah May is the best in the business, and Tony Storms would like to officially I'll say it again, guys. Tony Storms and Mariah May is the best in the business, and Tony Storms would like to officially introduce herself the champ next week. And Tony Storms claims to have never met Mariah, as Tony Giovanni was about to burst Tony Storms and Nessa, and Tony cuts him off, and she got Tony Giovanni to shout, "It's Tony's time," and that was good. That was freaking good. Then we had the Hart Syndicate made a statement in trios action, and Bobby Lashley has never been a tag team champion, and that will change. MVP's request as a title shot for Lashley and Shelton Benjamin against Private Party will be this. We'll talk about that later on, guys. We'll talk about that later on. About that stuff, because they're going to have that. They're going to have that match. Guess what? They're going to have that match. Freaking, it's going to happen. Yeah, that's going to happen this week, guys. This week, tomorrow. I mean to say it's happening tonight. Sorry, my bad. Tonight is Wednesday. My bad. It's happening tonight, guys. Right now, as we speak, it's going to happen tonight. The Private Party fences the Hart Syndicate. The Hart Syndicate fences the freaking Private Party. Is going to be great. I'm going to go back and watch it later on. But yes, guys, it's happening right now. If you all want to watch it, you can go watch it right now on HBO Max or TBS. So then Adam Cole and Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly defeated Lee Moriarty and Shane Dean and Charlie Bravo in a hot tag to Adam Cole to take the side, and hits a sunrise on Lee Moriarty, and Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong sits a high-low leg sweep combo on Dean, and Kyle O'Reilly pins Dean for the win. And after the match, Shane Taylor mounts the Kingdom, and he calls out Daddy Magic Matt Menard from commentary, and Daniel Garcia enters the fray to throw blow with Taylor, and the Kingdom returns fire for 4-on-1, and Daniel Garcia suplex the big man to stand tall. For enough, the Kingdom helps Daniel Garcia, and they have less to their eyes for the TNT title. and Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega are linked through Don Callis, and this is bigger than their ego, and it's time for Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega to have a chat this tonight. And I don't care what you have to say, all you people. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I don't care. I don't care what you guys have to say. I don't care. I really don't. Then we had Brian Cage and Lance Archer defeating Top Flight, and I'll say it again, guys. Like I said again. Hold on. It's mistakenly. Hello? Yeah, it's working. I heard something on my earphone. That's why I was like freaking out. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. But anyways, guys, like I was saying, now we're going to be talking about Brian Cage and Lance Archer. Brian Cage and Lance Archer. Brian Cage and Lance Archer defeating Top Flight, which was a little fun match. A little fun match. Let's talk about it. The murder machines dominated the Martin brothers and put them a little bit of a fight, but this was a pretty much a swash, and the chokeslam powerbomb combo moved when the match towards Accident Ready, and Leo Rush attacked Top Flight, which that was good, you know what I'm saying, little stuff, but it could have been longer. You know, it could have been longer. Then the learning tree is sure they can trust Jon Moxley with since enemies, and it would behoove Jon Moxley to trust them too. And Chris Jericho teases that they must prove it before the match. Then the Kingdom appreciates Daniel Garcia helping them in the spirit of competition, and they are since a trios match this coming week. And Matt Menard will call Daddy Magic or Papa Angelo Parker for action. I'll say it again, Angelo Parker for action. Then Matt Caster calls out Anthony Bowens to clear the air, and Anthony Bowens has had enough of Matt Caster's Ergerson's and tensions rose, and Billy Gunn arrives to smooth it over, and Caster blames Billy Gunn for the team's trouble, and he makes Anthony Bowens choose one or the other, and Anthony Bowens holds out and scissor fingers to Matt Caster. Then they flip the bird, and Anthony Bowens stood with Billy, and Matt Caster broke up with them, and that's what happened right there, which was great. Oh man, I don't know what's going to happen with Matt Caster now by himself. Oh man, it's going to be great though. It's going to be great though. Then Swerve Strickland had his match against Ricochet, but the game of cat and mouse will end before when Swerve gets his hands on Rick's throat. Then we had Okada versus Tomohiro Ishii for the AEW Continental title, which was fun. Let's talk about it, guys. High spots were a superplex from Tomohiro Ishii and a flying elbow drop from Okada, and Ishii had control down the stretch from a slinging lariat, and Okada escapes the brainbuster to deliver a dropkick to the back, and Okada retreats outside to grab the ring bell when the ref takes the rope. When the ref takes the weapon away, Okada sticks Tomohiro Ishii with a low blow and a Rainmaker lariat to win, and that's how he won. Then the Gates of Agony start the run of a lifetime, sent the best you got, and AEW announced Brody King and Buddy Matthews as their competition this week. Then we had Dustin Rhodes defeating Adam Priest. Let's talk about it anyways. Quick win with the Crossroads, and then finishes the Reckoning, and that's what happened right there. Then we had Julia Hart defeating Harley Cameron. Little fun match. Let's talk about it, guys. Harley was angry about the black mist straining in her face, and she starts her senselessly, and Harley shows more grain than senselessly by escaping an octopus stretch, and her rally was cut short to lose by a heartless lock, and that's how Julia Hart won with the Heartless, I'll say it again, I said the Julius. The Heartless Lock, and that's how she won with the Heartless Lock and defeated Harley Cameron with the Heartless Lock. Then the Learning Tree beat up Will Hobbs backstage, and there's since that Jericho hits Will Hobbs in the knee with the baseball bat. This match was fine for what it was. It was okay. The 12-man tag, I thought it was fine for what it was. It wasn't terrible, but it just didn't hit me. It was fine for what it was, but it was fine. It was fine for what it was. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was fine for what it was, in my opinion. But let's talk about it. Adam Copeland and Dex Hardwin and Cash Wheeler and Will Hobbs and Will Hobbs and Triple Floyd, and Truth Maxim defeated John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, and Chris Jericho, and Big Bill and Brian Keith. And Hobbs did not arrive to start the match, and chaos throughout. And Adam Copeland hits a pure DDT on John Moxley on stage, and Maria Shafir enters the ring from the far side with the title case, with the title case, and the ref blocks her from cheating, and Adam Copeland sizes up a spear, but Pac runs in with a big boot to save John Moxley, and the Death Riders put a black bag over Adam Copeland's head and tried to kidnap him, and FTR makes the save, and they all brawl through the crowd to leave the match. Meanwhile, Triple Floyd needed to make the hot tag, but nobody was there, and Powerhouse Hobbs, known as Will Hobbs, arrives to smash the learning tree with a spinebuster on Brian Keith to earn the win, and that's how the babyfaces defeated the Hills, and that's how Adam Copeland and Dex Hardwood and Cash Wheeler and Will Hobbs and Triple Floyd and Truth Maxim defeated John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta and Chris Jericho and Big Bill and Brian Keith. And I give this show a 7 out of 10, guys. Another 7 out of 10. A 7 out of 10, guys. A 7 out of 10, guys. A 7 out of 10. This collision, I give it 7 out of 10, guys. A 7 out of 10. A 7 out of 10, guys. It was a decent show in my opinion, and I still enjoyed it. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit those notification bells, and that's all I have to say, guys. And this is Christopher Jackson Denver, and we're out.